apparently you've got a Doctor Who connection in your family.
I do.
So
I thought massively not that much more.
So whenever
it's the
you
one that had a big scarf.
That's literally the line that I was waiting for. I've got here. Hello, business people of Earth, and welcome to NEBiznis, the podcast where we find out about the business people behind the business. My name's Rob Baines from Rob Camp Productions, and this week, if you want to stay on the right side of the law when it comes to houses, family, or any other life events, then my guest can help you with that. From Evans & Co. Solicitors, we have Katie Ord with me today. So welcome to the show, Katie.
Thank you.
Although I think I've already gone a little bit wrong because by the time this episode's out, that technically won't be your name, will it?
Who knows?
Oh.
Who knows what's to come?
So if I were to reintroduce you in about a month's time, how would I be introducing you?
Katie Dowson.
Katie Dowson?
Yes.
All right, okay.
Still gonna have to spell it for everyone because it's got a weird spelling.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, fantastic. How is wedding planning going? I mean, I know it's literally just around the corner now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks on Monday.
Really?
So yeah, flowing.
Oh, blimey. So are you sort of down with the plan sort of thing then?
Yeah, I'm quite an organised person is what I'm going to go for. So it's pretty much organised. I'm currently in the little spiral of what might go wrong.
Yeah.
So like, it might spill tomato soup on my dress. Like, honestly, that is a real fear that I've got because it is quite. I'm an 8 when he talks, so I've just got visions of going and tomatoes have gone all over me. I am literally getting a spare dress just in case that happens.
Oh,
yeah,
blimey.
don't want to wear it, but
I think
pure panic is setting for that.
Yeah, I think Charlotte's got like a spare dress for like the evening to do.
Yeah, or like I'll fall down the aisle or something.
Well, at least you're prepared for the worst case scenario. So speaking of happily married couples, do you deal with a lot of them in your job?
Yes, I kind of get both ends of the spectrum really. I'm working across conveyancing and family. So it's really nice sometimes because we see people buying their dream homes together, which is really nice. I tend to get sometimes we get thank you cards and stuff, and it's really nice because sometimes we get a thank you card and it's got even the dogs and the kids' names in it as well, which is really nice.
That's good.
Although sometimes I don't know whether or not it's a kid or a dog. It just said Teddy once, and I'm like, a dog or is it a kid? But who knows? So that's a really nice part, and you get you help them on their journey.
Yeah.
And then you've got the other end of the spectrum.
Yes, I was going to say.
Yeah, when you're kind of getting...
the not so happily married couples.
Yes, the people getting divorced. I mean, some people that get divorced and they've got families, sometimes they do it like they're still actually friends, they're just, the marriage isn't working, so they're still speaking and it's all okay. And then you get the pettiness. It's probably the best word sometimes.
The ones that have to sort of come in separately and...
Yeah. And it's just like, well, he said this, so I want to go back and I want to say this. And it's like, not going to help, honey.
So a lot of drama. But,
yeah. And then
drama that you can't repeat.
Yes. And then we've sometimes got kind of the really heartbreaking stuff where we don't do a lot of it, but kind of where it really isn't a healthy marriage at all.
Right, okay.
And that's sometimes a really hard part of it. It's then trying to go and just spoke to that person. Because you're not telling them news that it's going to help them, because sometimes, I mean, the law sucks, to be fair. There's not a lot
just
to
sort
help.
of the harsh truths and stuff about...
Yeah, so sometimes kind of people can get stuck on a mortgage if their partner's not willing to or can't afford the mortgage on their own.
Yeah.
They're then stuck on that, and then it's trying to force a sale, but that's expensive. There's time behind it. So it can be a little bit draining for it because you want to help them, but there's only so much you can do. Your hands are tied. So then it's like leaving that appointment and then going to try and do something else. And it's just like a bit like, oh, the way's flared now. Did
you find that sort of side of things quite challenging at first? And then
over time? I'm still trying to get used to it. We don't have a lot of them. Donna, who I'm working with, she at her previous firms, they did legal aid, and that's why you experience it more. Because then one of the routes to get legal aid is if you are a victim of domestic violence.
Right, okay.
She dealt with a lot of that, and it's a lot for... Obviously, you're not the victim in it, but you're listening to everything. And that's sometimes quite draining on you because... I was
going to say, a lot of weight on your shoulders, sort of hearing that kind of thing, and then...
Yeah.
Also distancing yourself.
Yeah. So I'm still trying to learn that, and she'll be missed. Sometimes she finds it hard, but that's kind of why... One of the reasons why she actually moved towards us was because... It's difficult, especially kind of trying to go home and spend time with your family.
Yeah.
Initially, because I never actually wanted to practice family law, ever. At uni, I was like, I am not doing that, not a cat's chance. But kind of as my training contract started doing divorces, I was like, I don't mind this. I was like, I'm never going to do anything to do with children. No way, Jose.
No.
And then when Donna started, I've started doing a little bit with her. And I don't mind when it's just kind of, because we generally get private paying individuals, and it's when they're just having spats.
Yeah.
So we're not hearing the massive horror stories. Yeah, that's definitely not what I think I could cope with.
No.
Yeah, I can't distance myself that much.
No, I can imagine that being quite difficult. It is that sense of detaching. You obviously need to show that sort of like compassion and everything and relatedness and stuff.
Yeah.
But you have
Draw
to
that line there
You have to
still.
draw the line.
Yeah.
But I suppose the more you do it, the more you sort of get a thicker skin.
Yeah,
in,
I'm still
in terms
quite
of those
early
kind of things,
in my career as well. So
Yeah.
like that will progress with time.
Yeah.
But yeah, not there yet.
No, that's absolutely fine. So going back a little bit, I want to turn the clock back a bit.
Okay.
A question that I ask a lot of the guests on Any Business, it's an important thing to hear about from people, because obviously viewers, if they're thinking about starting their own business or getting involved with like local businesses and things like that, gotta start somewhere. So what is your origin story? How did you come about wanting to be a solicitor? And
So it's a bit of a weird one, actually.
Yeah.
Just kind of like growing up, I always used to kind of watch like crime shows with my mum and dad.
Okay,
So like
yeah.
your CSI, The Good Wife, Suits. I mean, my life is not like Suits at all. Completely different kettle of fish. Yeah, it kind of got me interested in that. So then I did law when I went to sixth form.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Then went to uni in Northumbria and did the course there.
All right,
So
okay.
their course was a little bit different to how other unis work. You've got to do your degree, then you had to do what was called the legal practice course.
Okay.
Theirs was integrated, so it was just kind of one degree rather than having to go back. And then after that, you've then got to get a training contract.
Right, okay.
I've been quite fortunate in the fact that I've used my contacts. So I did work experience in my first year of uni, and it's a bit of a story. It's my mum's friend who she goes to bingo with. Her grandson
Yeah.
is a partner at a firm.
All right, okay.
So they were talking about the fact that I was doing lots, and my mum was like, "Can you do something for Key?"
Yeah.
So I got experience that way.
Yeah.
And then one of my best friends, her mum's Deborah, the managing partner of Evans & Co.
Right, okay.
So that was nice. So when I was because obviously you have a lot of time off all of them summers at uni. So I started helping out then, just kind of closing files and just doing more. So then when I finished uni,
You were sort of almost...
I was like, hi, finished now.
We've now got more time.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird timing though, because I left uni during lockdown.
Oh,
so I
right,
graduated in
okay.
2020, and it worked out really good timing. So I finished my exams as the restrictions were easing a little bit, and
Right.
they were letting people back into the office.
All right, okay.
So it worked out really good timing for me to then go full time. Worked as a paralegal for a little bit, and then started my training contract.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I've been qualified now 2 years last week actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's flown.
So how long have you been with Evans Co?
So full time, 5 years in August.
Right.
But I started working part time in 2017.
Wow.
So a while now.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. And what's the future looking like for you?
So it is a busy year. Office is looking to do a bit of a restructure. We're looking at becoming a company.
Right, okay.
And then after that, I'm going to be made one of the directors as well.
Fantastic.
Hopefully, when this comes out, I should be,
No, that's amazing.
acting director, which is really exciting.
No, it's really fascinating sort of seeing that progression, and in really a short space of time, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. So really exciting year this year.
It's a lot of stuff going on this year.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be...
Busy little bee.
Yeah, you're not going to have much time to think about...
No.
It's like, wedding. Then...
Yeah, then hopefully within 6 weeks we're getting married, it's going to be going through, so yeah.
Man. Do you think you'll be able to fit a honeymoon in there?
Oh, it's booked.
Oh,
It is
good.
booked.
You've
got
dedicated that time.
Yeah, got my relaxation, and then it's just getting dropped right in it.
Yeah, just have to try and avoid like the last few days of your honeymoon thinking, oh, when I get back,
I've got this now.
Yeah, got to totally switch off. The honeymoon is there for a reason. It's to spend time
exactly.
with your other half, and yeah. Where are you going for your honeymoon?
Mexico.
Mexico.
I'm very excited.
Have you been to Mexico before?
No, first time.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's been 6 years since we've been abroad as well.
Oh yeah,
We are ready for it.
yes. we haven't been abroad for before lockdown, so I think probably similar.
same,
Probably a similar time. Yeah, I mean we were gonna go away last year with a couple of friends, but that didn't happen because someone broke the leg.
Slight problem there.
Yeah, so I couldn't really go there. But the next place will be our honeymoon.
Have you booked yours?
Yes, Venice.
Lovely.
We haven't been to Venice before, and it's going to be exciting.
Oh, it'd be so romantic as well.
And then we're gonna save up a little bit. That's sort of like our mini moon. Charlotte, well, both of us really want to go to Japan.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be nice.
Yeah, my best friend's doing a little bit similar, so she's getting married later this year as well. They're doing like a little mini moon. I think they're going to Greece.
Nice.
And then they want to go the year after, so like on their 1 year anniversary, they're trying to go to New York.
Love New York.
Yeah, similar thing.
New York's amazing. I've been to New York plenty of times. Last time I went to New York, it was during a snowstorm actually.
I bet that was pretty.
It was interesting. It was interesting because like we were meant to go because my godparents like work for British Airways.
All right, okay.
So we were meant to go. We were meant to go with them to New York and then Boston and fly back from Boston, but because of the storm, we couldn't get to Boston. Lots of things were getting cancelled, like planes and stuff. So we were almost abandoned in New York.
I mean, there's worse.
There's worse places to be abandoned. Yeah. It's interesting though because of how compact everything is, like all the buildings and everything. It appeared like the snow was going upwards.
That is mad.
It's weird. It was so weird to look at, like sort of look out and think, that's bizarre. That's really bizarre. So going back, so going to be back and forth between there talking wedding talk and honeymoon talk. Going back to your career.
Yes.
What has been the biggest highlight moment of being a solicitor? Like, what would you say is the most rewarding thing about your job?
Oh, it's a hard one, that one. I do get kind of carried away with my clients a little bit. So, like, sometimes when we've had quite a stressful sale and purchase, for example, when we finally get there and I call them on the day, I'm like, you've moved, you're done. That is really nice. Yeah, and then they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I love that.
And getting your messages from the dogs and stuff.
Yeah, little treat to go quite nicely as well. But yeah, no, it's just
brilliant.
Yeah, I get frustrated quite easy. Sometimes I do not have the patience of a saint. So when we finally get there with them, I get.
Would you say there's like a lot of problem solving in your job then?
Yeah. Probably potentially more on the conveyancing side because it's supposed to be black and white to a certain extent, but it's really not. So it's thinking,
things are changing as well. Everything.
All the time. So sometimes it's thinking, well, we've got this problem. How can what's a way around that? Is there something we can do to get them moving quicker? So sometimes, for example, in a long sale and purchase, if we're ready and then there's someone else in the chain somewhere, which is like, oh, well, we need this information from this management company. Oh, I've got one in a minute, to be fair. We're buying a buy-to-let in Darlington and the seller's solicitors, we work with them quite a bit. And I said, look, I know these flats, I know the two management companies, can you provide both packs, please? And fair play to him, he was like, look, I'm new, I don't massively know the area. Like, I've had to post to them. And I was like, give me one moment, please. And I have got the email addresses. So I can contact them for like GDPR and whatnot. But I was like, here's the email addresses, off you go. So it's thinking stuff like that of how we can help things get moving quicker. Because obviously the quicker it goes through and obviously making sure everything's okay, the happier the client is, and we get paid.
Yes, I mean...
So it is business at the end of the day.
That's it, Yeah, I suppose, and you saw going back a little bit there with like connections and stuff as well. Having those connections and stuff really does help. What would you... I mean, that's a good bit of advice on itself, but what advice would you give to someone who is looking to become a solicitor then in that respect?
Your connections, 100%. Use anyone you know. If it's your mum, sisters, dogs, cats, fish, ask them. You've got to call in favours wherever you can to help. I didn't fully appreciate the importance of being told it at uni, but networking really early on. Yeah. Because it's getting your name out there to get jobs in the first place. But then once you've got the jobs, you're going to find people follow you. You're going to find that, your name gets out there. Like most people know Deborah Swinburne. Because she's over her career, she's networked, she's got a name out there, so people come for her. Yeah, it's stuff like that. With businesses, particularly like local businesses, there is that emphasis on making those connections and getting your name out there because almost your name is your brand. 100%. Even just like sort of it's like visibility, just showing your face places, that kind of thing will help. Building relationships with different people, even if you go and talk to people and just get to know people will want to help you at that point. Yeah, and they're going to remember you. Yeah. It might be that they'll never use you, but if someone else sends them, like, I've gone through a really tough time, like, I need a divorce, like, oh, well, there's Katie. Like, that's We find that a lot sometimes, even if it's not people that we network with, they then pass us on to someone else.
Yeah.
And sometimes having that foot in your door with someone, it helps you get over. So like if we're looking at CVs, we're probably more likely to pick someone who we know who they are, we know they're going to fit into our ethos, than to someone might have perfect grades, but what if they don't fit with us? Whereas if we already know someone, we're going to go to them.
Absolutely.
And I think especially what kind of at uni level, there's so much pressure on your grades. I can remember being on holiday, getting my results, and I got a 2-2 in one of my exams, and I was like, oh my god, my life's over. Like I got told you had to get a 2-1 at least to even consider getting a job.
Right.
But ideally you need to have a first class. So I was like, oh my god, my life's over. I'm not going to do law. I'm going to go do this. And I couldn't tell you when anyone's asked my grades.
No, that's completely true.
It's too much pressure on it.
It's the experience, and if anything, it's the like sort of the case studies and the sort of these real life examples, and like just working with it, and like sort of doing the thing, and then learning from your mistakes, trial and error, that sort of thing. Those are the most sort of valuable things you can do. Yeah,
because everyone makes mistakes. Like we're human, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's too much emphasis on that. Like when you're doing your GCSEs, you get told you've got a good GCSEs to get to sixth form, you go to sixth form, you get told you've got to do that to get to uni.
Yeah.
But and to be fair, there's a lot more routes into law at the minute than like when I was starting out that there was. There's solicitor apprenticeships now. There's alternative qualifications you can get.
Right, okay.
There's loads more routes open than what there was. It's trying to be more, law's definitely trying to be more progressive.
Yes.
As we're getting on.
Would you say you learnt more at uni or actually doing? Was that a bit of was it different sort of things?
I learned definitely more at my last year at uni because that was more rather than just sitting with a textbook and learning the law. It was like in practice. That's what a lot of the modules were called. Yeah. But what really helped me was when I was doing that, I was actually working at Evans, so I was putting both together.
Yes.
But I've learned more since I've been qualified than I did before, because
I suppose that's what I mean when you were in that sort of stage of doing it part time, and you were kind of, it's like you say with like you can read anything in like a textbook or read anything online, but it's not until you put things, link things together
massively,
that you sort of realize, that's why that's in place, just from there you problem solve from there.
Yeah, and you find your own way of doing things, and that's what I found since I qualified is I'm finding my own rhythm, as it were. I found how I want to work, what style I've got, because everyone's got different styles. You can tell the people that have trained me, because I follow a similar system to them,
right, yeah.
Whereas other members of staff that came and trained elsewhere, they've got their own way of doing things, and there's not like a right or a wrong, it's just we're all individuals, we've all got our own spin on it.
Yeah.
And it's finding your own groove that works. That's why I think I found more that I've learned more about myself since being qualified. Establishing myself, that's definitely happened more.
How big's the team at Evans & Co?
We're just under 30 at the minute.
Oh, right, okay.
Between 25 and 30, I think.
Is it all together, or is that like between...
Yeah, so that includes kind of... So at the minute, we've got 2 offices. So that includes kind of all of our support staff, our accounts team, all of us, like solicitors, fee earners, whatnot, and then the partners. We are hoping to expand into Hartlepool. Okay. That is kind of one of our next steps, is it were. Hopefully, more exciting news later this year, but it's all kind of just question marks at the moment, essentially.
Well, it always isn't it? You have to sort of go too big too soon. You sort of have to. I think that's always a struggle with being like in business. Is you can't, as soon as things are going well, you can't be like, oh well, let's just do this and this and this.
Get a bit too carried away.
Yeah, get too a bit carried away, because then there's things to think about, like overheads and all that sort of stuff. It's good to be sensible and sort of realistic.
Yeah,
realistic,
but then also
growth.
Have kind of ambition to still progress, but
absolutely.
know your limitations.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the most difficult part of your job?
Probably switching off and going home.
Yeah.
At the minute, I'm trying to be quite strict to myself. I'm trying to just kind of work my hours.
Yeah.
But I am a nightmare for checking my emails still. Just kind of think, I wonder if they've emailed me back. Like, I'm waiting for this. I used to really struggle. I used to do quite a lot of work at home, and I know some of the other girls do.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes trying to switch off. Yeah, and kind of sometimes, like if clients had a bad day or something, and it's not moving as quick. If they're then a little bit arsey with you, taking that really personally and taking that home, is sometimes a bit difficult.
It's a lot of work.
Conveyancing is ruthless as well.
Is it?
Honestly, conveyancers are we're either really nice to each other or we're horrible. And like estate agents can be, again, same. They can either be lovely or they can be like, you're deliberately making this transaction slow.
Right, okay.
Like, who are you talking to? So yeah, it is. It's a bit... It's dog eat dog, a little bit.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's not great. Usually when people involve solicitors, it's one of the most stressful points in their life.
Exactly.
We get that. But we're people too.
Of course,
Which I think, it's not all, like I said, it's not always the clients, to be fair, it's always solicitors. We all get a bit caught up sometimes, and it's just going, okay, take a beat, take a breath, and then reply, rather than just replying. So, well, I've probably done it.
When you say talking about solicitors or you need a solicitor, that sort of thing, it's 9 times out of 10. I mean, it's obviously when you get in a house, that's like obviously an exciting part. But there's a lot of stress that sort of circulates that. But obviously, the solicitor's there to
make sure it's all okay.
Yeah, make it easier. Usually, when people say we need a solicitor, it's not usually in the best of lights.
No,
I suppose you're making it as easy as possible.
Yeah, and we are sometimes doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong.
There's no escaping that, I suppose.
Yeah, and like conveyancing's getting more and more strict with like money laundering regulations. I mean, they expect us to know the far end of a fart at the minute. Like, it's horrendous. You feel so naughty. You're like, hi, I need 6 months worth of your bank statements.
Yeah.
Can you please explain what this, and this is? I mean, like, that's not what we signed up for, but it's what we've got to do at the end of the day now.
Part of the process.
Yeah, so sometimes clients get really frustrated with that, and I get it, because if I wasn't in the business, I would be too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of going back to what you said about like leaving work at work sort of thing. I struggled a little bit like that. I sort of found having premises did help because I could literally shut the door on it
and then go home.
Yeah. But when it's something personal like that, you can't not think about it.
Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of people that struggle with not taking it home.
With a lot of businesses, obviously that's where most businesses start. All the best businesses, started in a garage. Or
it's always a garage, isn't it?
It's always a garage. I don't have a garage, so I don't know what. But
I'm not allowed to be starting a business in my garage.
No, it's too cold. Too cold.
I'm a cold bugger myself.
Well, because I mean, my business started in my bedroom, and then it sort of come lockdown time when everyone was moving from working in an office to working from home. I did the exact opposite. But it's been so beneficial because as things have gotten busier, I can sort of say, shut the door and I'll go home. I'm still thinking about filmmaking stuff because that's obviously thing about 24/7.
Yeah, it's your passion.
But yeah, I think generally for any business, for any business, it's important to stay on top of it in terms of your own mental health.
Yeah.
It is stressful.
Yeah, I think that's being recognised more now as well, to be fair, that the stress it does have on everyone.
Yeah, looking after yourself. Yeah. How has your career impacted your life in the way that you look at things, like the information that you've learned in terms of getting your own house, day-to-day things like that?
Yeah. Probably quite a bit more than I probably noticed myself. Sean always laughs at me sometimes, like the way I phrase things, and she's like, you could be a spin doctor, you are like a politician. He's like, you're definitely in the right job. But yes, obviously when we're getting our house, knew the process anyway, so like I knew that I didn't have to, so obviously Evans did our conveyancing. Yeah. So I knew I didn't have to chase, it was the agents I needed to chase, and she tried to explain stuff to us. I was like, I'm going to stop you right there. I actually work for Evans & Co. We are not the problem. Which I think frustrates the estate agents a little bit, to be fair. Yeah, it's a bit weird sometimes though, because I think when people hear you say you're a solicitor, so I was at the dentist the other day when I broke my toe, I was at the hospital. They're like, oh, that's like what you do, obviously trying to make small talk. I was like, oh, I'm a solicitor, and they go, and I breathe in and I'm like, it's okay, I'm not going to sue you. I can help if you've got to get divorced, not to move house, but I'm not going to sue you. But the two people panic like, oh, bugger. And his facial expression of the dentist was just like...
Better be careful. Like, if I do something wrong here.
Yeah. On his favour of God in him.
Yeah. I think I might have scared the person we've got who's doing the video and for our wedding. as soon as I mentioned, I'm a filmmaker too, I was like...
Pressure's on.
Yeah. Sort of moving away from what you do as a job. When you're not thinking about work, when you do finally get some time to yourself, what kind of things do you do outside of work as like hobbies and things like that?
So I absolutely love dogs. My ideal, never going to happen, but yeah, would have like a doggy daycare centre. Right, okay. I am the type of girl that wants like 16,000 Cocker Spaniels at home. I am working on Cocker Spaniel number 2, but it's not going very well. But yes, I love love me little dog, walking him. I go to the gym quite often now. Originally just as a health kick, but I actually really enjoy the classes, to be fair, when I don't have a broken toe. And I quite like being artsy as well, which I don't have a lot of time for at the minute, but I'm hoping I can
What do you mean artsy? What
Get back
kind of
into
things?
it, like drawing, painting, just stuff like that. I used to love it, especially when I was kind of younger. Loved doing it, like I would do it all the time. Whereas been a bit time constricted at the minute.
Yes, there's a bit of dedication. I think in any sort of art, there's
and I've lost kind of like a little bit of my creative streak as well. That's kind of gone. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can do some of that. I've bought all the gear ready.
Stuff,
but
just waiting there.
Yeah, it's just all in the drawer.
For your artistic moment.
Gathering
to
dust.
Did you study art or anything like?
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never took it, ever really.
No. I
was going to, but then when it was sixth form, they're like, if you're going to take an art subject, it needs to be your passion. It needs to be like, that is your first subject, and the rest are just, you fill in your space, and that wasn't it for me.
So you had to make your choice at that point.
I did, so boring lighter instead.
You could do it as like a little background business. Law one side, doggy daycare, and then a bit of artwork on the side.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
That'll be quite good.
Call it a little joint adventure going out, to be fair, as well. It's like a pub with a daycare attached.
That's interesting. People can have a drink.
Yeah.
Whilst you're looking after the dog.
Yeah. My fiance is the manager of a pub, to be fair. So like,
oh, right, okay.
Our dog treats it as his second home because like when the pub's shut during the day, he takes the dog there.
Right, okay.
So like when I take him down like a Saturday night or whatnot, he's kind of like, who was in my house? Like, this is me. And it's a dog friendly pub, to be fair, for the most part. So I just thought, just imagine like there was like a little baby gate there where all the dogs can just play together.
Just wander off whilst you're having a bevy.
Prefer dog. I mean, to be fair, the owner of the pub actually says it all the time. It prefers dogs to people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'd have a be stuck on.
No complaints from the doggies.
Exactly.
We're sort of wrapping up a little bit, but we've got 5 questions that I do ask every person. But one specific question has got something more in connection with you. In the time that I've known you, little fact about Katie. Apparently, you've got a bit of a Doctor Who connection in your family.
I do.
So
I thought massively not that much more.
So whenever
it's the one that had a big scarf.
That's literally the line that I was waiting for. I've got here. For this next question, you can wear it if you want, or if you want to.
No, I'll wear it.
It's in the family. Oh,
I'll proper unravelled it there.
So with this,
how long is it?
It's a very long scarf. Like.
Freaking hell.
So Katie's got a Doctor Who connection with it. There you go. So the question is, if you had a TARDIS and you could go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice, what piece of advice would you give yourself?
Oh, that's a bloody hard question.
Thank you.
Oh. Maybe some lottery numbers?
With lottery numbers,
yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, probably go back when I was at uni and just tell myself to chill out. I think I put far too much pressure on myself, especially like in the first 2 years, to focus on uni, get the grades.
Yeah.
I mean, it all worked out, obviously, okay. But yeah, just tell myself, chill out, enjoy uni more, go out more. Grades are, they're important, but they're not the be-all and end-all, essentially. You didn't need to get a first class, like, just enjoy. I sort
of found that a little bit. It was the experience that I got the most benefit out of. But I didn't do any of the sort of going out. I mean, I was at Teesside University, so I just sort of commuted. So I never really had that sort of student life, as it were.
So I did live up there, but I feel like I probably just didn't take advantage. I didn't take advantage as much as I probably should have.
I think I probably would go back and do that as well. So I'll say, get out a bit, get about in the borough. Maybe not.
Yeah, no. Move swiftly from that one, like, right.
But yeah, just a bit more of the social aspect. I think I did miss about on the uni. So
tell you what's bloody warm at this
it
time,
is.
like.
I was going to say you don't have to wear that for the entire question.
I don't know how to get myself out of it now, actually. Dear God. There we go.
So next question. All these are quite nerdy related questions. Obviously, it's me. What would you say is your kryptonite? What's your biggest weakness?
Chocolate.
Straight up, just chocolate.
At the minute, because obviously I'm trying to diet a little bit, so just if I have a little bit, I just can't stop myself, especially them bloody seashells. I love them.
Seashells?
Yeah, little gillian ones.
I've never had those. No, I'm sorry.
Amazing.
Got a very shocked reaction, Katie, for listeners. I'll have to try that on Katie's recommendation. And maybe
if you got a Costco, you can get a massive one. Sean got us like an 80-piece one for Christmas.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, no, so you don't want to get a marriage in 10 months. Like, I'm supposed to be on a diet.
What are you doing this to me for?
Love, but please, no.
So is it a chocolate cake at the wedding then?
One of the layers is, yeah.
One of the layers?
One of the layers.
How many layers are you having?
Chocolate, Victoria sponge and salted caramel.
Oh, okay. That's quite cool. We haven't decided now our cake yet. We want something citrusy, I think.
Oh, I'm not a citrus girl.
You're not a citrus girl?
No, more sweet than sour.
Sweet. There's little things like that to think about with weddings, isn't there?
They're
Like,
so bloody expensive.
there is, yeah.
Well, to be fair, we pulled in a favour. His mum's neighbour does cakes as a hobby. Saved hundreds.
Connections again.
Yep, 100%.
Back down with the connections. Do you know what you're doing for like favours and stuff?
Yeah, so we've got some beer mats.
Oh, right, okay.
To go on the table. So obviously both of us heavily be involved in the pub, to be fair. It's
Yeah.
not where we met, but kind of is where we met-ish. It's a bit of a complicated one.
Oh, right, okay.
So we've got beer mats for the tables,
Okay.
and then we've got little sweeties. Yeah, so we've got like a personalised sticker on.
That's nice.
So it says like love is sweet in the date, and then it's going to be giant strawberries because we used to fight over them at the pub, and squashies because whenever he was doing his assignments last minute, that is what he would stress eat. And then launch across the room in my head usually.
Well, you gotta make it personal.
That's it.
Personal to yourself.
That's
How long
it.
have we been together?
2016. We actually used to go swimming together when we were like little kids.
Oh, right, okay.
And like a playgroup. So my mum's got a picture and Sean and his mum's actually in the background.
Oh,
And
that's
then
amazing.
we started working together at the pub. And then my best friend is marrying his best friend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my mum knew his mum from going, because my mum used to work at Bishop College and his mum used to go there as well. So yeah, all roads kind of led to each other really.
That's nice. So you sort of, it was like a bit of a friendship sort of start, and then just
A little bit, yeah. So when he first started, to be fair, when he first started at the pub, he had a girlfriend, but I fancied him. Then I had a boyfriend, he fancied me, and then eventually we got together.
Oh, okay.
The pub do take
Just waiting for each other.
Yeah, the pub do kind of take some recognition in that.
Yeah.
So they did try and help force that to happen.
Oh.
So yeah, they are going to get a little shout out, to be fair.
We'll mention just you made this happen.
Yeah, so if ever goes tits up, coming after you.
Not to blame as well. Oh, brilliant. Me and my partner Charlotte, we've been together. It'll be 15 years on the day.
Oh wow!
On the day.
I love that.
Yeah. So ours was built on a friendship. We met at school, and it's 15 years on the day. So like,
I think it helps like best friends first, and then
yeah.
I mean, it's a pain in the ass, but like my best friend's a pain in the ass. So
That's it. Marrying your best friend. That's a nice thing. It is really nice when it's built from a friendship. It's building relationships again. It's all connected
Always
together.
that.
It's always
Always
comes back to that. So the next one, that was from chocolate
yeah, I
to
don't know how we moved on to that.
yeah, well, so if you could have any superpower, what superpower would you have?
Oh,
Mm.
oh, I don't know.
I've had a range of answers for this so far, so I'm interested to see what.
Like your typical sort of superpowers, but look.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite a nosy person,
Oh,
so being invisible would be quite good.
I've got
because then
invisible.
I can go and nosy on people.
yeah,
But then be flying would be quite cool.
yeah,
Because if you ever get bored, you can just go.
yeah.
Easy
They see
holidays
things
as
from
well.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Just as long as your partner's not afraid of heights, then that's fine.
That's what I do.
You have to get your own ticket.
Yeah,
I'll meet you there.
You fly, I'll meet you there.
I'll be a few cocktails in by the time you get here.
100%.
Amazing. So if you had to choose then, flying or invisibility?
Probably.
You wouldn't want to be both because
Oh God, can you imagine?
breaking
Probably
your toe.
flying.
Yeah,
Because if you ever get stuck in like a boring conversation as well,
just fly off. See ya.
I wouldn't want to be you.
Because obviously I'm a filmmaker, I need to ask this question. What would you say is your all-time favourite film?
Oh.
Oh,
Film-wise, I mean, Harry Potter is obviously like one of the golden ones.
yeah. I need to watch them again at some point.
But I do love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm.
Yeah, probably the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So that was like when I was growing up. I love that.
Yeah. Do you get many opportunities to watch films?
To be fair, I am more of a binge watching
yeah.
TV shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am a bit
Of
of
a-
stuff of that, like the Vampire Diaries and stuff like that. Yeah, I do have a bit of a reputation for watching trash, to be fair.
It's all escapism, isn't it? It's just like sort
exactly. But we try and watch some films, but
yeah.
I either kind of get a bit too carried away with it, because I do horror films. I am a girl that's sat there with a cushion.
I don't watch horror films.
Stressing out.
I don't like anything scary.
You used to love it. Like, I used to be able to watch horror films by myself, whereas I am the biggest scaredy cat ever now. I've got to be in the mood for it. He's got to probably convince us to watch one.
Yeah.
And I'm sat there with the cushion round us. I stress the dog out because I'm obviously like hyperventilating in the corner. So he's got to then calm down the dog's back down.
What's happening?
Yeah, he's like, what's happening to me, man? So yeah.
So when you get convinced, I suppose film's more of like a you and your partner sort of thing you can do. Then just
just
whilst he's doing whatever, you can be just binge watching.
Yeah.
binge watching Suits or?
Might have to rewatch it now, to be fair. It's been a while.
Well, there's a new one as well.
Yes, I've heard.
I think the only reason I know why, because it's the main guy from The Arrow. So the Green Arrow in like the sort of DC.
Oh, yeah.
It's the main guy from that. Well, yeah. Sort of final question.
Okay.
Bringing back to the business, where can people find you?
So we're based in Spinman and Ferry Hill. We've got a website. You can literally just Google Evans & Co. It lists kind of everything that we do. You can get a lot of the phase information from there as well. So if people are moving house, there's a quote system on there. You just put your email in, put some kind of details in, so you're buying a mortgage or your first time buyer, stuff like that, and it'll send you a quote there and then. We've got a Twitter page, we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, but yeah.
Fantastic.
Then I think that's it.
Yeah. So if you need any help with anything law related, feel free to give Katie and the team a shout. Well, thank you very much for being on the podcast today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hope you've enjoyed it. To you guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching this episode of NEBiznis. If you want to stay updated on when the next podcast is out, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and all the other podcasting platforms out there at NEBiznis. Once again, thank you very much, Katie, for joining us. And until next time, if you've got any business, that's our business.